So this is the walkthrough at 3014 Hullin on August 16th. I'm just going to start at the front. Not a big deal, but a bunch of cobwebs and stuff, so generally you would kind of think that this would all be swept. The door hasn't really been wiped down, so it's dirty. Things I'm noticing are, the casing's not being wiped down and dusty. Baseboards, which may be hard to see, but and I think the floor was probably swept, but I don't know that it was actually cleaned. Windows, again, it's probably kind of hard to see. Here, there's when the light comes in, you can kind of see windows not cleaned or wiped down around the perimeter. And these are just kind of basic things that you expect would be done. Things like the light fixtures being wiped. This was something that I noticed yesterday that I pointed out to Kristen. And again, it's not really showing up too well because it's not, the light's not there, but the light fixtures are dusty and have not been wiped. You know, pretty much all the windows and the casings have not been cleaned. And I think yesterday I noticed that the blinds have not been dusted. So that's kind of things that you would expect would be cleaned before you moved in, or that would be cleaned when you moved out. So those are some of the tiny things, you know, that I could probably get past, but things like stuff left in drawers and kind of doubt that they've been wiped out. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if that can be cleaned or if that's just dings from the paint, but this is filthy. This has not been cleaned. I haven't looked down here yet. That's not been cleaned. So the stove and the boiler are not cleaned. Again, the cabinets, these are nice, but you know, I would expect that cabinets would be wiped down and clean, and wiped down and clean before somebody moves in. The sink I don't think was really cleaned. I mean, it's rinsed, but it's not clean. And again, you know, the casings are not so hard to catch this, but they're not wiped down. The freezer, you can probably see that, has not been wiped out. You know, all around the edge. That's where it gets moldy if it's not cleaned. Yeah, I don't think I'm being too picky, but the refrigerator, again, not wiped out. Stuff down at the bottom, underneath the drawers. So just going around. Again, everything's out of here, but it's not wiped down. I mean, I wouldn't want to put my stuff on there until it was either wiped down or covered again. And again, cabinets not wiped down, dirty. This stuff, I mean, it was nice of them to leave, but I have all my own stuff. I mean, this is okay to leave. We talked about this yesterday, and then, see up here? I mean, it's just, it's dirty. This house has not been cleaned. You know, this stuff, I mean, honestly, I just would expect that everything would be cleaned out. I don't even think these were wiped down. Probably nobody thinks about that, but I mean, it's just part of making sure the house is clean instead of, it's all stuff I'd have to clean myself. So, marks on the floor, which, you know, I'm doing this partially not just for the clean, but to show different things going on in the house so that I don't get dinged for it when I moved out. Looks like something spilled on the wall and wasn't wiped off. Oh, the ceiling fan, and you can't see, but you can see my dirty finger has not been wiped off. And then again, you know, the glass doors just doesn't come through on, oh, well, a little bit. You know, they're all dirty. They haven't been cleaned. And then we come to the bathroom. I can't see that either. Mirror is dirty. Mirror has not been cleaned. There you go. You know, thanks for leaving soap, but, and I mean, this hasn't even really been wiped down. I mean, it's like they took a dry towel, maybe, but maybe not. I mean, the toilet, you know, this is not what I would expect. The shower, you know, this is not, and I didn't look at this yesterday, Kristen, when I was with you, so, you know, we didn't open up the curtain and look, but I would have just assumed, and you probably can't see, but there's like soap scum that hasn't been cleaned on the tile, which I know that'll come off. This, I mean, that's just disgusting, really. We talked about these marks over here, something that was on yours, but see, even the light fixtures. I mean, that's, you can tell I'm frustrated, Kristen. I was so excited yesterday. I was so excited. And I'm so devastated that, I mean, I could cry, really. I really could just cry. I'm an easy person to get along with, but this just kind of has pushed me past a little bit. So we talked about all the stuff that was in the garage, and I thought, you know, I'd go ahead and just deal with it and move everything out to the shed. But seeing that there's so many other things that need to be taken care of here, I'm really thinking I shouldn't have to. You know, I'd be afraid actually that that mirror might fall, so I wouldn't mind that being moved out. I mean, there's all this stuff that takes up space that I can't now use this space. And it should be included in the rent, so. Anyway. It's probably the big stuff. It's just, it needs to be cleaned. It's just basic stuff. Okay, I think that's it. I mean, for the most part, I think you've got an idea of what I've been looking at. I'm just honestly surprised that it wasn't something that you guys did. I mean, I'm wondering if you did a walkthrough or an inspection. You know, there's stuff left. And, you know, before we did the walkthrough. Because if you did, I would think that, you know, you would have probably had a cleaning service come in or cleaned it yourself and then deducted it from the other people's deposit. But I know you said you already gave them the deposit back, so I mean, it's, you know, it's just, it's filthy under there. Under the cabinets, the baseboard, that's just filthy. Kristen, I don't want to move into a house that looks this filthy. Okay. I really like you guys. I really like this house. I'm just, right now, my frustration at not being able to come over here and start getting things moved in, and my anxiety over it is a little high. So give me a call and let's talk about this and try and figure out what we can do to make this right. Okay, thanks. I forgot to do the outside too, so bear with me. Because I know we talked about the fence. And this is just, you know, nitpicky stuff, but since I'm doing this, just the cobwebs not being brushed out, the lights not being clean, stuff being left. And if it were just one or two of these things, I think I'd be fine, but it's all starting to build up. Like I said, that's cute, and you know, I could use that, but there's a lot of this stuff that I just don't need. So, again, the fence is a really, that's the biggest deal, because you knew that I had 3 dogs. So not to walk the property just surprises me. Hopefully that doesn't break. I've got a gap here and a gap there, and what it looks to me like, if you can kind of see the perimeter, this fence is leaning, so it's falling over. There's the other gap. And then, unfortunately, I don't want to get back there with all these spider webs to see if the rest of the fence is okay, but I think if you get a fence guy out here, you should probably have him check the entire perimeter to make sure that the rest of the fence is standing and not got gaps, because I know the dogs will get through them. And like I said, that was my one big concern, was finding a house that was dog friendly and had a secure yard. So, okay, I'll send this to you when I get home.